So we will now see if either of these vehicles can handle a hard shell large carry-on bag. And it easily fits in the Miata with quite a bit of space all around it afterwards. So you could also stuff in other things here, and it looks like we've got plenty of space to work with. Another advantage here of the Miata is that since you don't lose space by putting the top down, you can still easily fit this hard shell carry-on case in the back of the car. So the Lotus has a smaller boot than the Miata, but if squeezed in and Tetrised carefully, the hard shell case can fit in the back of a Lotus Elise. Now, I think it would be a really, really tight fit if you were to do this with the soft top in the back of the car. It looks like it would just clear it. But one thing to note about the Elise that's a little bit different than virtually any other car, because it's a Lotus, there's no padding or protective material inside the trunk itself as it comes from factory. And so when you're driving quickly or going around turns, items in the back can shift and they can damage the rear clam of the car. So it's something you want to think about when you're packing. You want to pack it very carefully so that you have soft items around any hard items, so that if you go hard around its corner, which you should be doing in an Elise, that you don't risk having objects in the back pop through, crack, or damage the car. There's also the wiring for the rear tail lights is exposed inside of the car here. There's nothing around it to protect it. It makes them easy to get to service, but it also means that things can bump into it, knock it around, and so those are things that you want to think about and be really mindful of when you're packing it. You have to really think about what you place back here and under what circumstance. It's not that it doesn't have space, but you have to be really smart about what you put back here. You don't want to put long metal sharp items, or your box of knives, don't put it back here if you're going to go to the track. I always take my box of knives out of the car when I go to the track. But that said, I think it is pretty useful information to know that you can fit a full-size large carry-on in the back of an Elise, so long as you have the top on.